like and subscribe, especially if you're black, because this is very important. And if you're already a subscriber, then just like so we can get this message out. Do you know what a proxy war is? A proxy war is when you want to attack a group of people, but you want to remain on the outside as if you had nothing to do with it. And that is the new strategy of the Democratic Party. They are flooding black communities, one in particular, Chicago, with immigrants, and they are underfunding it. So what they've done, the blacks in Chicago, the poor blacks in Chicago, were already like like mice in a box fighting for survival. So what do the Democratic Party do? Instead of the police shooting people in the back, white supremacists attacking us because we're recording it, they came up with a new strategy. They're always thinking. So they dump thousands of immigrants into black poor communities, and then they underfund the immigrants where they don't have any place to stay. Now they put them in a crowded, congested place with black people in a crowded, congested place. And now you got black people fighting immigrants from another country. And that's Biden's plan. They're using immigrants to attack us in our communities. And you have immigrants and you have black people now talking about if you can't handle this situation, we will handle them ourselves, which means it will be all out war. And then the police will be coming in and they'll attack both sides. Now, the mayor, all these black people that are in charge in Chicago, sellouts, because they're just watching this happen. They're getting paid to watch this happen. And they allowed this to happen. They didn't object to it. And now the black people, middle class, lower middle class, and poor blacks, they're under attack in their own community. Great strategy. Demons. Now, this is supposed to be Obama's boy. They were supposed to be, they were calling them, they painted them as pro buddy, as what were they? Bro buddies, pro buddies. They were supposed to be so tight, so close, and all this. And they used Obama for 8 years to set us up by not allowing him to put in federal judges that would care about the black community. So now, and then Trump filled in all the spots with racist judges, and the Democratic Party didn't do nothing to stop him from doing it. And let me say something. The gains that we made in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, that wasn't given to us by the Democratic Party. See, that's a mistake. We fought and forced them to give us what they gave us in the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. We made them give us that. We fought for that. That was not a gift. If we had not protested and fought the way we did, they would not have given us nothing. We forced their hand. And now they're playing like they're so compassionate and they care. They don't care. They don't care. But my message to the residents in Chicago is to sit down and talk to those immigrants and let them know how they're being played. Those residents in Chicago those black residents in Chicago, they're going to have to break bread with those people. and tell them how they're being used against them. Because once they use them against us, then they're going to jump on them. You see, they couldn't. The white community has been trying to delete us ever since slavery ended, and they have been unable to do it. They tried with the police force. They tried everything they could, but then we started recording them. So that messed them up. Then we started using nonviolence, and we recorded the police being violent. That messed them up. So now they went to another strategy of bringing in immigrants into our neighborhoods and giving them the bare minimum and making criminals out of them the way they made criminals out of us. They made criminals out of us by by putting us in these projects and taking resources from us and not giving us jobs. So now we're fighting each other, but we're fighting for survival. They put us in a situation where we have to fight each other for survival. Now they're putting immigrants in our neighborhoods, and they are choking them. They're not underfunding them. So now you got two groups fighting each other for survival, and the white man sitting outside saying, well, look at these people. They don't know any better. We shouldn't have let them in here. They're all evil. And that's how we're being played. This video, I got the strategy. Got their strategy. Now, once you know what they're doing, you got to come up with a plan. And the plan is every black person, if you got relatives living in Chicago, any place this nonsense is going on, contact them and let them know that they got to break bread with these people. We're going to have to help these people. We're going to have to help these people and explain to them what's going on. Because first of all, the United States destabilized the countries that they're coming from. The United States have killed their democratically elected officials that would help them, assassinated them the same way they assassinated Martin Luther King, the Kennedys, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, and caused the confusion. They caused the confusion because one of their mottos was, if they have a leader, cut off the head of the leader, kill the leader, and the rest of them will scramble around lost. But see, now the internet is the leader. Put the truth out there, and then we can come up with solutions. We need the truth to come up with solutions. And another thing, we can't depend on those who are woke Hebrew Israelites. Right now it's up to us. Because I don't know if we can depend on brainwashed black Christians. Because they are going to the religion. They still following the colonizer and their enslaver. The first thing black people got to do, got to get out of them black churches. That 10% should be going into our communities. Stop shopping at these immigrant stores they put in our neighborhoods until those people are ready to comply with us. Because they were told when they moved into these neighborhoods not to trust black people. Don't get along with black people. Black people are thieves and murderers, blah, 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 blah. And they're saying the same thing about the immigrants that's coming in now. The same exact thing they're saying about those immigrants coming in now is that Well, they're telling them that we are evil and bad and this, that, and the other. But then they're coming in here and they're squeezing us all in a box. But we can't fight each other. We're going to have to embrace, and they always talking about when we fight for our civil rights, they always put everybody else in there. Well, we have to decide whether or not we can put these people in and trust them. We have to decide whether or not we can put these people in there. If these people will, because see what happened back in the early days of America, before America was Bacon's Rebellion, and black people and white people fought the Plutocrats, the rich and powerful. And so what they did, what the rich and powerful did, was created white people, white supremacy, and said, hey, you're better than them, you're one of us. So they gave them a little bit more to betray us. So we have to be careful and ensure that these people, maybe I don't know, but we have to figure out a way. But right now, the only thing we can do that I see is befriend them, pull them into our community, and make our fight, their fight, their fight, our fight, and make sure they understand who is their enemy and let them know that if they take us out, they're next. If they take us out, they're next. But the reality of the situation is they'll be taken out before we will. Those immigrants will be taken out before we will. Because we done been through it. The white supremacists couldn't do it. They can't do it. The United States government couldn't do it. Some immigrants can't do it. So we got to tighten up and get our act together. This is probably the most important video that I've made, but I've made another video explaining how the Democratic Party upsets us. Now I'm going to leave 2 links. One link would be black residents in Chicago complaining about the immigrants. The next video I leave is going to be about how the government plays us, creates problems, but writes legislation to prevent the solution to the problem. They write legislation to kill solutions to the problem. Then they create the problem. Then when we try to get it straightened out, they say, oh, it's nothing we can do because it's the law. Because it's the law. Then what they do, they create problems. They tell you that such and such is a problem, and then they come up with a solution to something that was not a problem in the first place, and that's going to create a problem for us later on, and they're hoping that we don't recognize the game. Now, my videos are going to give you the game, and I don't know why my videos aren't blowing up, but it's obviously they're doing everything they can so that no one will see my videos. So I need you to subscribe, and I need you to hit that like button. And don't just leave me a comment saying thank you or whatever. This is a problem that we have to address. With that, like and subscribe, and I'm gonna keep on keeping on. God bless you all.